Welcome to Insane Crashes in the History of Circuit of the Americas. A track that looks like a postcard until you learn how quickly beauty turns to carnage. Tonight, we run that razor line again. Insane crashes in the history of Circuit of the Americas. Moments where speed met mistake, where blind crests and tight hairpins turned laps into highlight reels of destruction. Let's count down the most brutal, cinematic, impossible to ignore, insane crashes in the history of the Circuit of the Americas. Number 9, BMW M5 MotoGP safety car crash 2025. A safety car, the vehicle meant to keep riders safe, should never be the one that breaks. At COTA in 2025, the sighting lap turned surreal. The hybrid BMW M5 slips entering the tight second half of the lap. It snaps, the nose clips the barrier, and suddenly a car built to shepherd the pack is wedged into the Tech Pro. A surreal, almost darkly comic moment, until you remember how close it came to chaos. The safety car is a wreck, debris litters the track, the race is delayed, and yet the driver, he climbs out, shaken but unhurt. Number 8, Marc Marquez, 2025. He's the rider who treats Circuit of the Americas like home, and then he meets the circuit's teeth. In the lap 9, the front folds under braking, the bike high sides. Marquez is hurled clear as the machine cartwheels across the tarmac. Fairing shreds, sparks fly, and for a heartbeat, the whole grandstand holds its breath. It ends with bike destroyed, and the racing line is carpeted in carbon. Marshals swarm, and then the human moment. Marquez sits up, strips off a glove, and is helped away. Shock turned to relief in seconds.
Front, Fabio the Gianantonio's got a little bit beaten up there early on.
Bagnaia carving through again on Marc Marquez. I'm fed up of sitting behind my teammate in 2025, says Pecco.
Number 7, back straight airborne, Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll, 2022. A straight where speed shutters your options. Stroll defends. Alonso clips an upshifted car, and the Alpine becomes briefly a plane. He launches, flips, then lands, shaken but driving on. The visual is terrifying. Nose high, wheels skyward, mirror detaching, and Alonso somehow staying in the fight.
And Schumacher says, thank you very much, I'll take 12th place. And Ocon might be compromised now as Fernando Alonso goes off the track. That's a high-speed crash, and he's made contact with Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin.
Number 6, sausage curb fallout, support races and curb redesign. Circuit of the Americas didn't just break cars, it forced redesigns. After multiple crashes in support categories, the infamous sausage curbs were pulled from 5 corners. Little things on track, curbs, gravel, drainage, can turn into wreck generators under the lights. A crash leaves a mark on the circuit itself. Sometimes the circuit fights back and loses.
What went wrong here? So this is turn 20. Has he been over that curb fully on the exit? Oh, he's got beached. That's it, what I was talking about before, Crofty, with the GP3 car.
Number 5, MotoGP. Marc Marquez crash 2024. MotoGP at Circuit of the Americas has its moments, and Marquez is the poster child. A hard-braking error at turn 11 sees him folded out of a potential win. The footage is brutal. Rider tossed, bike cartwheeling, marshals sprinting. He walks away, but the image of a top-level rider folded on Austin tarmac sears into memory. Motorcycles make the circuit feel even closer to the edge. Number 4, Porsche Carrera Cup North America, 2023. GT racing at Circuit of the Americas is supposed to be precision, not destruction. But in 2023, one Porsche turned that balance into chaos. Under braking at 160 miles an hour, the rear locks, and physics takes over. The car snaps sideways, slides across the runoff, and slams into the barrier like a hammer hitting steel. The impact crushed the front end, shredded suspension, and left nothing but wreckage. Number 3, W Series Multi-Car Chaos 2021. Turn 1, Circuit of the Americas' steep climb, the great equalizer. One narrow apex, 20 cars fighting for it. And in 2021, it became a minefield, a chain reaction. One driver brakes late, the rest have nowhere to go. Carbon explodes, wings fly, and a wave of chaos sweeps the field. It looks catastrophic. 5 cars wrecked, smoke curling off the tarmac. Yet somehow, every single driver climbs out. No fire, no panic, just disbelief.
Sarah Moore loses the back of the car, goes broadside into the barriers there. Equally followed.
Number 2, NASCAR finale pileup and fires 2021. We return to NASCAR for another cinematic slice. Visibility zero, cars aquaplaning, contact that turned into fire and red flags, fan cams, aerial shots, a marshal's van, all the ingredients of a track that exposes risk at every turn. It wasn't one car. It was a weekend of wrecks that looked like a demolition derby staged in Texas.
Right under him. Oh, and into the wall. Goes the 40. Oh my gosh.
Cole Custer, nowhere to go there. Big fire. He had a big impact. Luckily, seeing him get.
And number 1 of insane crashes in the history of Circuit of the Americas. Colton Herta, qualifying impact, IndyCar COTA 2021. He was chasing the perfect lap, pushing the Andretti Honda harder than physics should allow. But at turn 9, the rear stepped out. A half-second mistake at 150 miles an hour, and the car was gone. The hit was savage. The chassis bent, suspension ripped away, telemetry flatlining. It looked like the end of a season, maybe worse. But seconds later, Colton Herta climbed out.
To turn 9. Big entry speed, lock on inside tire, and that's it, game over. It's exactly what Joe New did in qualifying, just carried a ton of entry speed in.
No limp, no stretcher, just a destroyed car and the sound of disbelief echoing through pit lane. This is the Circuit of the Americas, a beautiful, unforgiving machine. It doesn't discriminate between categories, bikes, stock cars, single-seaters. For more videos like this, watch Top 5 F1 crashes that change the rules.